Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here, I would like to present our study results entitled Ethnopharmacology of Peperomia pellucida and other anti-hypercholesterolemia medicinal plant on Celebes Island of Indonesia. Why hypercholesterolemia? As reported by WHO on 2017, hypercholesterolemia contributed to the incidence of death by 2.6 million, and it is a major factor of cardiovascular diseases such as coronary heart disease and stroke. And Indonesia is well known as a mega biodiversity country in which almost 30,000 species from 40,000 medicinal plants grow in Indonesia. The importance of medicinal plant use for well-being intention in Indonesia traditional medicine is still high. Celebes Island is one of the big islands in Indonesia, whereas the ethnic groups still maintain various traditions, and one of them is the use of medicinal plant for both prevention and treatment of various diseases, whereas hypercholesterolemia is one of them. Peperomia pellucida is recognized as a species containing flavonoids and others which traditionally widely used for the treatment of gout. Some former studies also supported the indication of this species. WHO announced that lack of research data as one of the difficulties related to the traditional medicine practices in many countries. Indigenous traditional medicine may depend privately on past experience and handed down orally from generation to generation with less documentation, with return to be lost by age and access limitation. Therefore, the documentation needs to be done for preserving and protecting such information for the future generation. Study was conducted to documenting the use of Peperomia pellucida and other medicinal plants for anti-hypercholesterolemia by healers among 20 ethnic groups in Celebes Island of Indonesia. South Sulawesi, Central, Southeast, and North Sulawesi provinces in Celebes Island were the location of this study, which was carried out during 2015 and 2017. There were 20 ethnic groups distributed in those four provinces. The ethical approval was gained from the Health Research Ethics Commission of the Health Research and Development Agency, Ministry of Health Indonesia. The inclusion criteria on this study for selected traditional healers they must have both knowledge and treatment skill using medicinal plant. They should be indigenous or acculturated people of the ethnic and the most popular healers and recognized by the community. The data quantification was carried out by analyzing parameters of use value and plant part value. The data collection was conducted on many steps, from informant selection based on mentioned inclusion criteria using purposive sampling methods, and then directly interview based on structured questionnaire, direct observation, and specimen collection. The collected specimen was identified and kept in a herbarium Tawangmanguensis Medicinal Plant and Traditional Medicine Research and Development Center. And now we come to the results and discussion. The recent study was carried out in all provinces on the island of Celebes, whereas as many as 39 traditional healers among 20 ethnic groups met the criteria of having knowledge and skills of anti-hypercholesterolemia treatment by utilizing medicinal plants. The tables showed that most of the informants came from Central Sulawesi. Central Sulawesi was reported to have 12 indigenous ethnic groups and enriched with many tribal immigrants, which resulted in life aspects diversity, included the way of health maintaining. Of the 39 selected healers, more than 70% healers employed additional treatment methods. There were massage, spiritual, supernatural, fracture therapy, and other methods in which massage was determined as the most frequent supporting method practiced by the healers. Former study reported whether muscle pain around back part of neck was the most subjective complaint experienced by hypercholesterolemia patients. Thus, the massage therapy was remarkable to be beneficial additional therapy on reducing the muscle pain severity. Other studies also exhibited that massage therapy produced a significantly greater reduction in pain, anxiety, muscular tension, and improved relaxation. Massage had beneficial to the body by escalating blood circulation, increasing muscle and skin temperature. Each plant has its own vernacular name, plant family, plant part use, way of preparation, and administration route as well, and completed with varied data on safety and toxicity gained from former studies. Of 48 species of medicinal plants were collected and identified, distributed in 32 plant families, and already utilized by healers to treat high cholesterol levels among their patients for both healing and prevention. Peperomia pellucida was admitted as the most mentioned species used for overcoming high cholesterol level, represented by the highest use value as well as use percentage as of 0.21 and 12.12% respectively. The place and local traditions were some factors affected on the empirical uses of these species. Peperomia pellucida is owning hundreds of chemical compositions and extensively traditionally used for health purposes. And several pharmacological studies have reported the efficacy of these species in lowering uric acid levels, reduce total and LDL cholesterol due to its flavonoid content, which can reduce lipid peroxidase activity. A total of 32 plant families determined in this current study. Lamiaceae was acknowledged as the mosaicide family, followed by the families of Zinnibraceae, Solanaceae, Rubiaceae, Piperaceae, and other plant families. Lamiaceae is one of the most important herbal families with 250 number of genus and huge number of species, and has bioactive compounds. A large number of Lamiaceae species can grow in various ecosystems and have a varied diversity. Analgesic activity was reported as one of the pharmacological activities of Lamiaceae, and most species reported to not show significant toxic symptoms. Utilized medicinal plants were mostly gained by healers from the homeyards with the percentage as of 50.75%, followed by garden, forest, and other habitats. Nevertheless, more than 50% species were uncultivated yet by the healers. Cultivation is the best way to secure the continuity of the plant supply. Homeyard is generally planted with various plants and has an important role in meeting the various daily family needs, including medicinal plants and even for income generating. Maintaining plant diversity on homeyard can support the sustainability of itself for the future. Most healers in Celebes Island tend to employ leaves rather than other plant parts, namely stem, herbaceous parts, stem bark, rhizome, tubers, fruit, seed, rind, and root, to treat hypercholesterolemia among patients. Bioactive constituent content on leaves exhibit to have pharmacological and physiological activities. Moreover, leaves were commonly available in bigger amount and regarded as the least destructive form of harvesting plant. More than 94% of anti-hypercholesterolemia formula were used for internal use rather than external uses, nor inhalation, with a frequency of 3 times 1 per day for a week to a month. Internal or oral route of administration is the first choice of medication, since it is simple, economical, convenient, minimizing visits to the healers, and increase patient compliance. The accuracy of the administration route, doses, form, time, and method of use, as well as the accuracy of the selection of materials, are several factors that affect the safety and efficacy of medicinal plant and traditional medicine. The conclusion of this study revealed 67 concoction information and identified the use of 48 plant species distributed in 32 families among 39 healers in 20 ethnic groups in Celebes Island. Peperomia pellucida, Lamiaceae, and leaves were determined as the most prominent species, plant family, and plant part use. The most widely prescribed rule of use is internal administration with a frequency of 3 times 1 per day for a week to a month. However, conservation efforts need to be initiated immediately since more than 50% of healers made no cultivation efforts. We would like to thank to all traditional healers on Celebes Island, the Ristogia 2015 and 2017 team for the cooperation, and Medicinal Plant International Medicine Research and Development Center for carrying out Ristogia. That's all our presentation. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.